I'm going to let him walk off here, and I'll kind of take over. So we know that new technology can be complicated. It can be confusing. And what we want to do is we really want to provide you with all of the tools to ease your way into WinReality and just hit the ground running with all of the information needed. So without further ado, we'll actually just get right into it. So the first thing we're going to look at, I believe, is the actual dashboard. So dashboard.winreality.com. You should familiarize yourself with this if you haven't already. Interestingly enough, you've landed on the dashboard before, but you might not know. So after the sales sign-up process is completed, we'll bring you to your profile, your initial user profile. And this is where you'll be able to actually manage your subscription. You'll be able to track your usage data and be able to really do everything you want with your subscription. So we'll go ahead and dive in. We have it on the screen here. I put in the QA generic admin username. So something right from the start to remember is this is going to be case sensitive. Remember, if you capitalize a letter, you have to capitalize that when logging in. Then you're going to type in your password. Once you've done this, you go ahead and log in. We'll pause here for a second. So on the last page, there's actually a portion right below login that says forgot password. In case you have forgotten your password, this is an easy way to do it. All you do is click that button. It'll give you a step-by-step process, and you'll be able to reset that perfectly. So here we are. We're on our dashboard. This is where all of your metrics are going to be. As you can see, they're broken up into categories. So each of these metrics is going to speak to that training mode in VR. And these are going to automatically populate to be your averages all time. If you can see at the top of this page, though, start date and end date, you'll be able to toggle those dates. So say I want to go back a week and I want to see my statistics and then come back to the week that I'm actually in right now and compare the data, I can do that. So great little tool there. We'll start kind of working our way through the dashboard now. All right, so first thing we want to talk about, members. Everyone wants to take advantage of those 3 usernames that your at-home subscription comes with or the unlimited usernames that your Academy subscription comes with. So here, you're going to click members on the left-hand side. Everything really is going to function on that left-hand side. Members is the first thing you should click. Then you're going to see in the top right corner, it says create invite. If I click create invite, it gives me this brief prompt. I click confirm. Now it's going to show me a link. So we've made it very easy. If you're an academy or a facility or a coach of a program and you want to send this link to your players, all you have to do is just copy and paste. You can text, you can email, whatever you feel comfortable with. If you're one that likes to create things that are all uniform, which is definitely the way that I advise coaches and academies to go about it, you can actually create each player's username on your own. So here is our Create Player Profile page. As you can see, it's automatically tagging it to QA Generic. That's the org we're signed into right now. It's going to ask you some brief information, which is just first name, last name, username. Make sure to put your birth date in there, especially if you're an at-home user, because we want to know who is using so that we can give you the most valid information for you to have a successful time with WinReality. So go ahead and just get logged back in here. All right, so we're back at the edit profile page. We'll keep going. Next thing I want to talk about is our training assignments page. Our training assignments page is an awesome way to create programs for your players. So by doing this, you're actually able to create a custom program. You can connect that program to a playlist, and then you'll have the ability to assign that playlist to a specific user, a group, or really whatever you like to do on that side. So we could create training assignments. All right, here you're going to see new program. This allows you to name the program. It allows you to put a brief description. It allows you to choose what training mode you want in that specific day. And then if you scroll down, you can see we have a lot of filters here. So you can filter between the different pitchers packages. You can filter left versus right, and then actual arm slots. So arm slots are super important. The best part about our application is the fact that you can really customize your training however you'd like. So that pitcher you don't see very often, left-handed low 3/4, we have that in here for you. Once you select your pitcher, you can change the amount of pitches you see on that program. As you can see, I can use the arrows or I can just type it in. And then I'm going to select what pitches I'd like to see. So change up and slider here, and then I can select the areas of the zone I want those pitches thrown to. So very user-friendly. Once I've created that program, I can add it to something that's called a playlist. Here's where you'll see all of the playlists that are already preloaded by WinReality, as well as the ones that you created for yourself. After I select the playlist I want, I can assign to users. I can select a specific user, a group of users, or the entire org. Then I simply click Make Assignment. And it's going to give me a brief overview of exactly what I've done. So I chose a playlist, I chose a specific user or a group of users, and I assigned to them. So very simple. We'll take a quick look at the softball side now too. Softball side is going to mirror the baseball. You're going to have the same functionality of designing programs. You get to click through and toggle the filters. You can see all the pitchers in there. Choose a pitcher, make the program, assign to the playlist. Everything functions exactly the same. So now we'll focus on something else. So order equipment. This is actually a question we get pretty often. If you haven't purchased a bat attachment during the sales process, you can do that on your dashboard. So we'll click order equipment. That's going to bring you to the page where you can actually buy a bat attachment. So Win Bat Attachment, everyone is super excited about the hitting beta, as are we. And we're just very excited for everyone to start exploring that. If you haven't bought your Win Bat Attachment yet, here's the place to go. We'll keep moving through this. All right, so this is another good one, billing. This is the area where you can adjust your subscription as you please. We're going to be coming out with more features in the future. We're going to be coming out with advanced metrics and dashboards. This is where you'll be able to either add those or subtract them from your subscription. All right, we'll keep moving. So the bottom 4 here, these are going to be your informational pages that we put together for you. So if you have questions about this initial phase of our beta hitting, you can go to our Building Your Swing Profile page. This is kind of a one-stop shop for connecting your Diamond Kinetics, connecting the bat attachment, the DK sensor, and then making sure your Win and DK accounts are synced up. It's going to run you through just step-by-step progression here. Awesome information if you forget or if it's your first time actually going through it. Now we're on our article support page. So this is also really great to familiarize yourself with. We realize how much our users love educating themselves, so we wanted to make this super accessible. Pitcher information is actually one of the most valuable places on this page because this is going to give you a breakdown of who the pitchers are, how fast they throw, what pitches they throw. So our softball side here, we'll show you the baseball side here really fast. This is going to be broken down into release point. Obviously, much more breakdown for the baseball side just because there's so many different release points. Softball, we're all coming from the same direction. We'll go back. Okay, Win You. This is where you'll go to get super tired of hearing me talk about our application. We've built out a bunch of tutorial videos for you to take advantage of, going with the theme of educating yourself on the technology, on our software. It's a great way to, I had longer hair at the time, cleaned it up since then, but it's an awesome place for you to just go, watch some videos, learn more about WinReality, why we made the training modes, and all that kind of stuff. All right, last one. So get started. I'm sure, hopefully, you have already seen this page. This is the page that you are sent right after your sign up. So this is going to run you through everything in the sign up and the setup process. And that's from the Oculus setup process, actually creating your Oculus account. All of those steps will be on that landing page. Lastly, edit profile page. Here we are. If you saw that click, it's just at the top left part, you're going to click edit profile, and it'll bring you to this page here. This is where you'll be able to edit simple information like your name, all of that kind of stuff. But most importantly, this is where you will connect your partner profiles. Simply select it in the drop-down, Diamond Kinetics, click Partner Profile. That'll bring you to the DK website where you can either create a new username or plug in your username and password that already exists. Super important step for our hitting beta because obviously DK integration is going to give you those cool metrics in VR. Change password, that's a big one. If you want to change your password, birth date, I already talked about this. So something we really want information-wise on our end is the ability to know who's using it and what age level, what skill level, so that we can give you content which makes your experience with us better. And then obviously just click update. Whenever you make a change on this page, you always want to update it. So that's really an overview of the dashboard. You will get to know this better as you journey on with us at Win Reality. But right now we're going to invite someone in here, or actually just bring up the application, I think. And we're just going to run through kind of what your first look at Win Reality looks like and what to look for. You know, everything from the first things to access to stuff like that. So let's go ahead and bring that up. We'll start running through that. All right, if you put your Oculus on, you know what this looks like. This is going to be your library here. We'll go ahead and launch Win Reality. And then if you're trying to find Win Reality, the app, for the first time, it'll be in the My Preview Apps section of the store. You'll have to scroll all the way to the bottom, but you'll find it there. It's usually next to something called Venues. All right, loading in. Here we are. We're at our login page. Remember what I said about the dashboard login? Username is case sensitive. You'll see a keyboard appear here, and you'll be able to type in that username you created during the sales process, or one of the ones you've added using the Members tab and the Create Invite. So if I type in my username, I'm going to type in my password using the same keyboard. So an awesome feature that we've added, if I click Save Login Credentials, the next time I come to Win Reality, I'll be able to use the Easy Access tab on the left-hand side. So if I go to the drop-down, I can actually see my org, and it'll have all of the usernames I've already saved. I simply have to click it. It'll bring me straight into the application like you just saw. All right, baseball and softball. If you've purchased baseball and softball, you'll see both. If not, you'll just see the one that is paired with your subscription. So we'll go ahead and dive into baseball first. Okay, training versus practice. This is another good one. Training. Training is everything from your baseline 2.0 to all of the training that Win Reality's performance team has made for you, to training that your coaches or anyone in your organization has made, and then the actual targeted training. So something we're super excited about. We're building out this baseline progression further, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be a 12-week progression that we put together for you. Everything's going to be super accessible, super pumped about that. But we're going to focus on the practice side because this is where you'll spend most of your time when you're doing free play, is what I like to call it. So when I click practice, it's going to show all of our training modes. This is our training mode library. You got occlusion, pitch recognition, all the quick recognition modes, release point advanced, and then on page 2 is where you'll have the hitting beta. There's the hitting beta. We'll go back and we'll do one of the traditional ones just for this. We'll go into pitch recognition or occlusion, either one. Pitch recognition, all right, cool. So, and then you're gonna see your custom features there really fast. Silhouette mode is just gonna black out the picture for you. Pretty simple. Okay, this is the next step, and people get very confused by this because we've broken up our pitcher library on the baseball side into release points, and they're labeled with Y, H, C, and P, so youth, high school, college, and pro. So right now we're looking at the Win Pro League. If I click Other, though, this is going to bring up all of the other ones, so youth, high school, and college. And then I can click to the second page. If I click into one of these youth pitcher categories here, it's going to bring up every picture that fits into that release point. And then if I click one, now it's going to bring up, okay, Raphael win. So this is one of our generic pictures we put together for you, all real data. I have the ability to select all. So that's going to make sure I select all of the pitches that I want to see in the training, or I can select specific ones. So fastball and slider, I just want to focus on fastball and slider today. I'm going to hit confirm. Now I get to choose where the pitches go. I can select all. That'll select the entirety of the zone. So I'm going to receive balls and strikes. I can select just the strike zone. So I just want to focus on the strike zone. I want to see pitch shape go into the strike zone. Or I can select just a specific small area. We're going to select all for this, hit confirm. Last thing you'll see is just a brief description of the pitcher you're about to face, and then I launch. Okay, so we'll continue through this. This is just going to be a description of what you're asked to do. We are in Win Reality Field here, and we'll go ahead and hit continue. I see the pitcher. All right, so we'll back out of this. We don't need to see any of this right now. So what he just did there was he hit the 3 vertical stacked lines that are right below the joystick. That's going to bring up our main menu. And then once that happens, he can click main menu. It'll bring him back to this point here. So what we're going to do is we're going to show the softball side very briefly. So if he goes back, we'll go over to the softball. And what he's doing right now is a laser pointer is coming out of the end of the controller, and he's using that back trigger to select everything on the menu. So same thing over here. It's going to mirror the baseball side. He goes into practice mode because he wants to design his own training. We'll click any of these, quick recognition, fastball, whatever, occlusion, again, confirm. And this is going to be set up the same way. So we are looking to build this library out extensively in this next couple months. We want the softball side as far as pitchers to mirror the baseball side as far as the selection you have, the differences in pitch repertoires, the differences in pitch speeds, everything we have on the baseball side on softball. So if I select one of these, function the exact same. I can select changeup, curveball, drop ball, select all. We'll confirm here. Select the zones the exact same way, and confirm. And then launch. So pretty simple there. The practice side of our application is awesome because it really lets you drive. If you're not in the mood to decide what you're going to work on for the day, access our training side. We'll briefly look at that right now. If we want to get out of this, hit those 3 vertical stacked lines, bring up the main menu again. And we'll go back over to baseball and click training. So here for you, you'll see our baseline 2.0s. This is one of our generic accounts for Win Reality, so we don't have anything in there. But you'll see baseline 2.0, and those will be broken into categories: youth, high school, college, and pro. Once you familiarize yourself with the application a little bit, you should definitely take advantage of our baseline. I say that because then once you've completed it, our data science department here will put together this great report that will explain exactly how you've performed in your first time taking this test in Win Reality. So things you'll see on that report, you'll see a breakdown per category, you'll see your overall average, and then you'll see these great graphs or graphics actually that will show you your pitch recognition, exactly where you're selecting in the zone. So say I'm always selecting up to the right. You'll see that because all of your selections will be to the right of the middle target. You'll also see graphics around occlusion. How was your decision making affected as you move further towards the pitcher? And really cool metrics like that. But the best part about it is that you will actually get 4 recommendations for training. So we're not going to leave you out to dry. We're not just going to give you all these numbers and say good luck. We're going to actually give you recommendations for training that will then correspond with pre-made training progressions in our training side of the application. So that is an absolute overview of everything you possibly need to know about Win Reality for your first week. We'll go ahead and dive into some questions now. All right, so just brief ones. Youth, we get asked a lot of questions about how to actually attack our application as a youth player, as opposed to we started with mostly MLB clients and then went college. Now we're really trying to focus on how to make this the easiest process for youth players that are at home. I would focus on pitch recognition and quick recognition 2-strike. Those are two of my favorite modes. Obviously, once you've taken the baseline 2.0 and you've had those recommendations for training sent to you, that makes it super easy. But when you're familiarizing yourself with our application, you just want to understand how everything works. Quick recognition, 2-strike, and pitch recognition are the best. All right, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Next time, hopefully we get a ton of questions. If you have questions, you can either email support@winreality.com, or if you've received a text message from Hey Market, that is an awesome way to reach our team very quickly. We also have a call line that is from Monday to Friday, 9 to 5:30. We are looking forward to working with you. Super excited. I hope this was very helpful as you dive into Win Reality for the first time.